Hi everyone, my name is Elaine Kachala and I'm the author of SUPERPOWER, The Wearable Tech Revolution. It's a new book being published by Orca Book Publishers. Wearable means just what you'd expect, technology that's on, in, or attached to your body, like smart clothing, smart glasses, or robotic suit. Today I'm excited to be here with Manmeet Maggu. He's an engineer who designed the first ever wearable robot for kids at home. It's called the Trexo. Hi Manmeet.
Hi Elaine.
I'm excited to be here to talk about the Trexo. How did you first come up with the idea?
So Trexo was started by my co-founder Rahul and I. Both of us have a background in robotics. We did mechatronics engineering for Waterloo. The idea for Trexo actually came out through a very personal need. A few years ago, I found out that my nephew Pranit was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and I learned that he would never be able to walk. The thought of my nephew never taking his first steps, never running with other kids on the playground, inspired me to find a solution. And as we started looking, we realized that there's just no options out there. And sitting in a wheelchair just has so many negative health consequences associated with it. And so we just decided to change that. And we decided to use our robotics background to build the first prototype for my nephew. We packed it up, took it to India where he lives, and tried it out with him and watched him take some of his first steps using the Trexo. That still is the proudest moment in my life. And then after that, as we were working on the next version, we started getting interest from other families, other hospitals, and we realized we were onto something. And it's not just my family, but families all over the world that want to see their kids walk and are desperate for a solution. And that's basically what led us to start Trexo Robotics, to make walking a reality for all kids.
Wow. And now you're making the Trexo for thousands of kids around the world.
Yeah, it's quite exciting.
Yeah. How do you make sure the Trexo is designed safely and comfortably for all kids?
So there's a lot of safety checks that go into designing a product like this. When you're starting off from the very engineering standpoint, safety is central in our design. So whether you're looking at mechanical design, making sure that the design is safe, it's never exceeding unsafe range of walking, then coming to the electrical design, having multiple safety features there, and then finally on the software as well. But that's just the design aspect. No design is complete without having a good feedback loop with the end user, which is going to be the kiddo. From the very beginning, when I was designing this for Pranit, of course safety was the most important thing. But also, as we were designing this from a very early stage, we used to have many children coming in, trying out the Trexo, giving us feedback. And one thing's for sure, if a child is not finding something comfortable, they'll let you know right away. They're not standing in that device and walking for a long period. So having that really close feedback loop is really helpful. And of course, being a medical device, we adhere to really tight and strict standards of safety, and our devices are under the FDA and Health Canada regulation as well.
Very cool. That must be incredible for the kids. How did it feel? How does it feel when you see kids take their first steps with the Trexo?
I mean, watching a child take their first steps is such a magical moment for any parent, any family member. And for me, being able to witness that is really, truly something special. The fact that we as a company, as a team, are able to deliver that magical experience to so many families, that really is the highlight of what we do and why we do.
That's incredible. Thanks, Manmeet, for telling us about your wearable robot and the important things that you have to think about when building the Trexo. Wearable technology can help people live better lives, but what if some devices aren't fully tested for safety? Our world is exploding with smart wearables that connect to our brains, skin, eyes, ears, and other body parts. A lot can go wrong. If you'd like to know more about wearable technology and inventors like Manmeet who explain how to build devices safely, check out my website where you can learn more about my book, SUPERPOWER, The Wearable Tech Revolution, and more about Trexo Robotics.